Yeah. Hey, Lindsay.
What's up, Jay?
Last week was Thanksgiving. We did a show. Then we took some time off, and now we're coming back. We didn't take that much time
We
off. We
didn't
didn't
take
take
time
any
off.
time off. We
We
didn't
take
take
no
time
time
off.
off.
We were
Uh-uh.
going to take time off. We should take
Uh-huh.
time off. Maybe we should take time off for the holidays.
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Tonight's going to be a good show, though. Oh, man, there's already like 93 people waiting.
Not
What?
waiting. They're not waiting. They're in.
They're
They're in
in.
now because we're
They're
live,
in.
Jay. We're
Ah,
live.
we're live. Go Phillies. Okay, 1 second. Take it away, Andy.
What time is it? What time is it? It's prime time. It's prime time. What time is it? What time is it? It's prime time. Oh yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls around the internets of the worlds, welcome to prime time. It's Tuesday night. And on Tuesday, we talk about guitars, we get a little bit of nerdy, we get a lot of nerdy. Hope that you all have some fun getting nerdy with us. Good to see you all. Thanks for coming back. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Tonight, we're very, very pleased to have Mr. Fred Mascherino with us. Welcome, Fred.
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me, guys.
Right on. Lindsay Love is here. Hey, Lindsay. And of course,
Hey, everybody.
your host, Jay Parkin.
Oh, see, Fred, I told you it's going to get a little bit weird up in
Yeah.
here.
Horny.
I'm good with weird.
Fred Mascherino. Fred, for those of you, somebody already in the feed, Fred, just said, I'm here for the Taking Back Sunday songs. Right here. I'm here for the Taking Back Sunday songs. Okay, but
Thank
maybe
you.
we want the color Fred songs. Oh, don't get me
Hey,
started.
I'm good either way. I'm it's all
Right?
music I've been a beautiful part of. So
I know it's pretty awesome. I can't wait to introduce you to the crowd a little bit later. Everyone knows we're having a Grand Orchestra face-off tonight. It's going to be really exciting. I'm excited for that. I like big body guitars. Fred plays a 618, so we'll get into that in a minute. Thanks for joining us, Fred. This is just we're so happy to have you on. Lindsay Love, how are you doing?
I'm good, Jay.
Yeah.
It's been a great day. It's been a weird week though. Like Sunday, I love fashion. I love art, and Virgil Abloh passing away was a tough one. It was really weird, kind of out of the blue, just really tough.
Verge. He is a Chicago kid, man, and I spent a lot of time there and around him. He would come to events and shows, and he was just a voice that's very sad and a bummer. What else is going on with you? Anything?
Me? Well, tonight after primetime, I'm going to Taco Tuesday because it's Tuesday for my sister's birthday. So I mean,
let me ask you a question though: Is Taco Tuesday going to have TNT on the TV?
They absolutely will. Where we go in Old Town, they absolutely do.
Okay, because my Warriors are playing your husband's Suns tonight, and this is going to be the Western Conference Finals. It's
much. It's a preview.
It's a preview.
Possibly.
Okay.
It's very early in the season.
So, Fred, I try and turn this whole thing into a sports podcast every single time. So
I'm real happy about the Phillies hat right now.
I wear a hat for everybody.
Did it for you?
I did it for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm a half hour out of Philly, and that's my team.
I know.
So thank you.
Here, there's so many Taylor players in the Phillies organization. We can talk about that offline. The voice. Scott Franksy is a Taylor player. The voice of the Philadelphia Phillies. Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Anyway, Andy Lund. Andy Lund, how are you?
Good, Jay.
Where are you right now?
I'm in the North Woods tonight, Jay, and I wish I could go to Taco Tuesday, but there ain't no Taco Tuesday in the North Woods.
Definitely not.
You could make
Definitely not.
some tacos
I could,
on Tuesday.
but Lindsay can't go to Fish Fry Friday either, so that's the trade-off. I'd go tacos for fish.
Meanwhile, the two vegans in the top row over here are like, ew.
You're like,
Ew.
Oh, there's vegan tacos, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, vegan taco Tuesday. There's also vegan fish tacos here in San Diego. They're really, really good. Anyway,
yeah.
all right. As you guys know, if you're new to the show, this is Taylor Primetime. Happens every Tuesday night here at 6 p.m. or sometimes a little late PST. Thank you for joining us. I want to say why we were late. Here's why we were late. Just a couple of minutes. Fred is also a guitar teacher, and he had 2 back-to-backs. This is how cool Fred is. He had 2 back-to-back lessons and then jumped on the show with us. So he's putting in extra work tonight.
I have 2 after this, actually. I had people waiting. I said, I got to do real late tonight. So,
Wow.
That is a guitar nerd right there, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm telling you.
Yes.
Everybody in the feed, give him a round of applause. That is a guitar nerd.
how many students do you have, Fred?
I don't teach as much as I used to, but about 30. There was a time I did 6 days a week, but then I started touring, and I'm trying not to go back to that. So I do like 3.5 days now. So.
Wow.
And I love it. I missed it when I wasn't doing it, and I do a lot of like educational stuff on YouTube and stuff, so I enjoy sharing the knowledge.
Dude, how awesome would that be if like all the emo kids right now, we're watching this right now, Fred, and like all these people that you and I kind of associated with, they're like, you get your learn to play guitar with your guitar, your emo hero. Oh, that'd be so rad. Anyway, all right, real quick. You guys know how this works. It's a guitar nerd talk show. We get nerdy. We talk a lot. Please keep the feed relaxed and chill. We don't want to have to put you in timeout. Let's keep the guitar and guitar nerd, if you know what I mean. All right, this is how this works. Fred, we got a couple of segments. We got a little game we're going to play. Then we're going to get into the shootout, face-off, showdown, whatever we're going to call it. Reminder, at the end of the show, we have trivia. Got a nice care pack that's going to go out, autographed copy of Bob's book, all that kind of stuff. Really exciting. So stick around for that. Andy Lund, we have no hate.
Nope.
No hate. Sometimes, Fred, we do a segment called Hug Your Haters, when people throw some shade in the, in the comments or something like that. We just embrace them, because really the only thing people want is a big hug. All right.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to play a game. I will explain how the game works in just a second. Gabriel, so we also have these useless clips that we play. We're going to play a useless clip, and then Andy's going to play another song. If you have a song prepared, do you?
I do.
Yeah, excellent. I can't wait. Ladies and gentlemen, we're bringing back for Fred the draft. Gabe. They're not playing with the music. Anyway, take it away, Andy.
Draft. This game is called the draft. Draft. Time to play the draft. Draft time. Draft. Time to play the draft.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Lovely.
That was lovely. Okay, the draft. Here's how the draft works. Just like a sports draft, we're going to draft something. We don't know what we're drafting right now. None of us have seen the topic for the draft, Fred, so there's no unfair advantages. Okay? Sometimes it's 3 things. Sometimes it's 5 things. It's whatever our social media manager decides to throw in there. So we got this thing ready. Gabriel, will you... So here's how it goes. Each of us take a turn. We draft one whatever we're drafting. We'll go around in a circle. You'll see. I'll guide you. It's fun. All right. Gabriel, what is the draft tonight? Draft the 3 songs that make you the most emo.
Wow.
I see. Oh, this is going to be great. Emo superstar.
This is
Gosh, I love it.
perfect.
Okay, you get it. So 3 songs. You take one at a time. Circle around. It'll go Fred, Andy Lund, Lindsay Love, and then myself. All right, Fred. What is the first song that makes you the most emo?
It's actually not an emo song. It's Peter Cetera from Karate Kid Part 2. I am a man who will fight for your honor. It tears me up every time.
Oh, I love that. That's good. Andy Lund.
Okay, I changed my mind because of Fred's answer. I'm gonna go with Bryan Adams. Everything You Do, from the Robin Hood soundtrack.
Wait, will you sing that real quick? Give us a little.
It's true. Everything I do it for you. Yeah, there's no love like your love. The bridge is rad. The bridge is killer. I can't sing like Bryan Adams.
Everything I do. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh, Lindsay.
Oh my gosh. Emo. Yeah, that's a tough one, Jay. I guess I'll take a cue from both of them and just think what song gets me in my feels.
In your feels.
In my feels.
Right in your feels.
Right in my feels. Let's go Missing You. Missing You. This is the Sting cover from P. Diddy, and then when Notorious B.I.G. died. That song gets me in my feels. It does. For a lot of reasons.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
I'm gonna go emo, like a genre.
Go emo. Yes.
I'm gonna go Jimmy Eat World, Blister. Do you remember that song, Fred? You know what I'm talking about. How long would it take me to walk across the United States? Yeah, that song.
All alone.
Yes, that song right there. It's so good. Anyway, okay, Fred.
That's perfect.
What's the next song?
Oh, I got to do another one. Dang. Oh man. Well, I can't think of any emo songs. Oddly, I'm thinking of a Phil Collins song, "Against All Odds." It's like, you're gonna know this one. It's like, take a look at me now.
Yes.
Oh, dude,
I cry
So
every
good.
time. That's where emo came from, to be honest. Was those songs we heard when we were kids. They made us cry, and then we wrote emo 20 years later.
oh, totally. Oh, I love it. Okay, Andy
Yes.
Lund. He's in his emo search box.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to do it myself.
Emo.
I'm gonna have to go a little bit more serious just for one pick, for one draft round, I think, and I'm gonna go with Hallelujah Chorus by Leonard Cohen.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. We all are crying.
We just forgot about Phil Collins instantly right now.
Yeah,
Right.
we did.
That's a
Okay.
good one.
That's a really good one. Lindsay.
I know that. I
Wait.
feel like I know a
This is so
thousand
good.
of them, and I just can't think about it. I can't think of any of them. None of them are coming to my head right now. Songs that make me emo, and I really can't think of any emo songs. Man, I'm just gonna have to go.
Get a song that just makes you cry in the shower while drinking tea. I don't know if that happens.
It doesn't happen. I mean, I'm just gonna have to go with like another sad love song by Tony Braxton and Babyface.
Ooh.
I'll just go with that one. It's a sad song. It's sad in the title.
Wow. I'm gonna go with Bryan Adams, Heaven.
Oh.
Yeah. Bryan Adams was fantastic. Just everything was sad and happy at the same time. There's got to be some Neil Diamond songs out there too. They're sad,
It has
happy,
to be.
sappy. All right, Fred. Next. Your last one. Make it count.
Okay.
count.
Gosh. All right. I better go a little more emo with this one.
Yes.
Someone's gonna fight you in the all the emo fans are gonna fight you.
All right. There's a Saves the Day song called "At Your Funeral."
Oh,
That's so sad for me. So, and it's one of my favorites. So that's gonna be my.
This song will
Thursday.
become the anthem of your underground. Oh,
Exactly. You know it.
Oh, I'm crying.
Yeah,
Right.
I just got my eyes just watered up.
My eyes. So emo and great. All right. Oh, look, there are fans here. Yes. All right.
That song is rad.
Oh, Fountain of Sorrow, Jackson Brown. Yeah. Okay. Eleanor Rigby. Yeah. Sad. Okay. Andy Lund.
That's weird. Like Eleanor Rigby does not make me sad at all. Like it's a lonely tune, but it's like it's so poppy, you know.
But it's emo.
Yeah, it's emo. I'm having a hard time, man, coming up with. I don't know why. Like everything's.
You too. Let me give you some hints.
I'm just gonna go with Angel from Montgomery, just because.
Oh,
I think I'm just still sad about John Prine, so I'm just gonna try to. I mean, it's not really a song. Doesn't really make me sad, but when I think about him, I'm sad. So
last week we were thankful. This week we're sad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. I think
we're
it's
very human. We're all humans, Jay.
Yeah. Okay.
possibly my fault.
Yeah.
Could be. Might be.
Oh man, let's see. I think when I think of like emo bands, like
it's a
Fall Out Boy,
great.
Taking Back Sunday. I feel like they're not. Some of their songs are just so good. Like I want to like. I feel good listening to them. I don't feel sad, so it's hard for me to say emo, like emotional. Like
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna say "It Ain't So," Weezer.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. See, that's a great one. That's a really good one. Yeah, emo is a big gray area. We could probably have a whole episode on that. And Fred knows.
Of course. Yes.
Fred knows. We'll talk about it in a minute. Okay. I got a toss up because I got like a newer song that came out recently by an artist that when I heard it for this first time, I wept. I think I even texted you, Lindsay, and I was like, oh, this song is so heavy. But then if I go a little bit deeper into the catalog of albums at Jay's house, I would probably say, are you familiar with this band Singer-songwriter?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So the Untitled record, there's the song Untitled number 3. Some people call it Sam Skeety, I think they call it. That song, if you listen to it, it's on their Untitled record. It is like the most emotional roller coaster on the planet. I'm starting to cry. All right.
Yeah.
That's it. Singer-songwriter. They're emo to me. All right, that was fun.
That wins a lot. Yeah, that's great.
That was a good draft there. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys, for playing along. Thanks, Fred. All right, here we go. We're gonna get into this, and then we're gonna talk, get to know Fred just a little bit, then get into the Grand Orchestra or GO face-off. Okay, Fred. I started a new segment this week, guys, called the Wikipedia Minute. It's a true or false game. So Frederick Paul Mascherino.
See, yes.
Okay. Born July 27th.
Yes.
1974. You're a little older than me. That's great. He's an American musician, best known for his work as lead guitarist and co-lead vocalist in alternative rock band Taking Back Sunday. He is currently active in the band The Color Fred and also known for working with Terrible Things. True?
True. All true.
Graduated from Temple University in Go Phillies, Philadelphia, where he earned a degree in jazz guitar.
That's correct.
Lindsay, you got a jazz head over here.
Love that. I love it.
Fred is an active environmentalist and has been a vegan since 1996. True or false?
True.
Fred, what other bands? I know you've played with other bands. Didn't you play with Evan Dando?
Yeah, I did some touring as the bass player of the Lemonheads.
Yeah.
And I actually on Wednesday, the big going out night before Thanksgiving, I went to see the Lemonheads and hopped on stage and played 3 songs with them, and it was great. It was a bit sloppy because we didn't rehearse. It's not that way in the grunge world, but it was awesome.
That's incredible. The Lemonheads. Hey, how come no one said the Lemonheads?
Oh yeah.
There's some good
grungy
emo, but there's some good ones.
Oh
Evan,
yeah.
Evan Dando is an absolute weirdo. Love him.
I know. He's the sweetest guy, and you can't pin him down because if you try to figure him out, he'll just shift.
Yeah. Wow, that's magical. Well, okay, so we got to know Fred just a little bit. Fred plays a 618, and a little fact for fun here. That is the first Taylor that you ever had, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So I'm a fan, and I saw Fred doing YouTube stuff, and I was like, oh, this dude needs to get a guitar. So I reached out, and we have mutual friends. We have mutual acquaintances. We have this. It's a small world that we come from. We actually just started working with Taking Back Sunday as well.
Yeah, I saw that. I wanted to ask you. No, I'm just yeah. What the hell, man? There's the one thing they were jealous of me on. No,
they were jealous. They were totally jealous, and they're like, "Hey, Fred got that. How did Fred get the Fred thing?" And I was like, "You know what? He got it first." Okay.
Yeah, at least I could say that. No, I saw that. That's great, man. I'm still buddies with most of those guys, so
most of them.
I was happy to see it. So
all it is you got the most of them part. It's all good. We're good to go. Okay, Fred, would you maybe want to play a little ditty? Would you want to play a song?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's give Fred a little minute to play, and then we'll get into the face-off.
Any requests? I can play the color Fred's probably biggest song,
which would be "Hate to See You Go."
Yeah,
that's my request. Had you a bass player in the back? The bass line in "Hate to See You Go" is my favorite.
I'll cover that in the second verse. I'll try to.
All right, here we go.
That happen somehow.
Fred's gonna play a little song for us.
Thanks, guys. Many are the hours I lie awake, trash the room in vain, try to waste the energy I'll never spend on you. Lying on this bed, never touch, not right now. If I'm over this by morning, that's a future I can't see. Well, I'm gonna hate to see you go, but I've been impossible, I know. Yeah, I'm gonna hate to see you go, but I know you're just waiting. Oh, 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 oh. And when you're young, you decide what you can and cannot take. Promises that you made, that you wish you wouldn't break. This was over long before we met. Was over long before. I'm gonna hate to see you go, but I've been impossible, I know. I'm gonna hate to see you go, but I know you're just waiting. Oh, 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 oh. See, you are waiting. This was over long before we met. You are waiting. See, you are waiting now. go, but I've been impossible. I know I'm gonna hate to see you go, but you will, oh, you will. You will. Many are the hours I lie awake, are the hours I lie awake, are the hours I lie awake. I'm gonna hate to see you go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hate to see you go. Whoa, 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 whoa. This was over long before we met. Was over long before. This was over long before we met. We met. Thank you, thank you.
That was awesome.
Thanks so
Yeah.
much. Thanks for having me. Hell yeah.
He just went for it. That song right there. Okay, so that gem came out right after you left Taking Back Sunday, right?
Yeah, mere months. It was actually recorded while I was still in the band.
Right.
We were out on tour opening for Linkin Park and My Chemical Romance, and I was recording that in between. Like, we had a section where we had off, and I went and recorded it, and then it came out right after that. So yeah, it was good years. 2000 and late 2007.
Late 2007. That's great. And I have to say, while we're on here, I was a fan of your other band before you joined TBS.
Oh, really?
Breaking Pangea was one of my favorites. If
Oh,
you guys
man.
are in the feed, go check out Fred's music. Go check out The Color Fred. He's been releasing music this whole last year, releasing singles, some of the most emotional stuff, some of the most heavy stuff that you've ever written. I love it. Check out Breaking Pangea, amazing band, all the stuff. It's great. And then Taking Back Sunday, you can find the songs that he helped write there. Two of their biggest records ever. So Fred,
yeah, and when I said most of, I did have me and the singer Adam. Man, we were on the phone for 3.5 hours the other day. We're still pretty close. So I love my days in Taking Back Sunday. So all those fans can know that I made peace with that whole era. So
hey,
awesome.
I made peace with Lance Parrish leaving the Tigers and going to the Phillies for one season. So yeah, I get you. I totally understand. Anyway, let's get into the show. Let's get into this shootout. Thank you so much, Fred, for being on the show. Again, that was a 618. We're going to go through some of these video clips. You know how this works. But before we get into this part, Andy, I know you probably have a song for the face-off, but I would love it, Andy, if you could give us the elevator pitch for the Grand Orchestra. If you were selling this guitar to somebody as a body shape, what would you say?
I would say that there's a long history of a large body acoustic guitar in the marketplace, in recorded music, and this is Taylor's version of that instrument. It's jumbo-esque. We don't really call it a jumbo, but it's similar to a jumbo from other manufacturers. It's the largest body we make. It's loud and powerful. It has a lot of headroom. We did some face-offs recently with smaller body guitars, and this is a guitar that you can really, if you want to dig into it, you really can. And it'll continue to provide volume the harder you hit. So it has a higher volume threshold before it pulls off, before it starts to compress, I guess is maybe the way to say it. But big, powerful, lots of fundamental in the sound, but yet still really balanced. It's I don't want to say it's easy. It's easier to make a big body guitar, to make the low E string sound righteous on a big body guitar. That's not just the math, the air, the lung capacity makes that happen. But to make the balance all the way up and down the fingerboard as good as it can be is a whole nother thing. And I think that's one of the things that the Geo shines on is it's a powerful guitar in first position, but when you play up high on it as well, it's still very balanced, and moves a lot of air, that guitar. Let's say that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a great big body guitar, that's for sure. When I first grabbed one here at Taylor, I was used to the jumbos, so and we used to have a very familiar jumbo shape ending in 5, right? Anything that ended in 5 in the Taylor line. So the Geo is anything that ends in 8. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Andy Powers' first shape, right? That he designed.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
And the thing that I like about it is that it's big, it's bold. You can strum it, you can lean into it like Fred was, right? You can hit it really hard, but you can also pull back and play with your fingers, and it's gonna, like you talked about, that energy, it's really gonna get going. Lindsay, what do you feel about the Geo?
You know, I personally, I haven't played it very much because I am smaller, so I like smaller guitars. But when I had picked one up, whether I was in repair or whatever, or building them, they just sound really good. I mean, Andy pretty much described it. They're really robust. They're really, a lot of air moves through them. They sound, you can really dig in and just get just really a powerful tone, a beautiful tone. The maple one is probably, I'll find out tonight because I've always keep changing. I keep my mind, but the maple one I really like because it still maintains that focus and that reflectiveness of players, but it's so big. So, but we'll see.
All right. So before we get into Andy's song, now I'm going to ask Fred. So this was his first Taylor experience, which was great because he did an open boxing little video, and it was clever, and I liked it. Fred, when you got this Taylor, what was the first thing you felt? What was it about? I mean, you sent me a litany of text messages like, wow, holy cow. But I felt that in your video that you made.
Yeah.
What did you Yeah, go ahead.
Just playing wise, it feels so nice. It just, because I have some other from 2 different other companies I had it for, because I've been playing guitar a long time.
Right.
At this point, 1974 was my birthday. But and so I know what the other jumbos felt like, and this just was like, holy crap, this is the nicest guitar I've ever played, really. And honestly, and definitely by far that I've owned, and I've owned some nice ones. So it's funny, when I play it, like, I just love the feel of the neck, obviously, and I'm a big guitar guy, and you knew that, so that's why you had suggested the 618 to me. But the thing that I noticed is when I'm playing it, when someone else is playing it, it's much louder than when I'm behind it. So like, it's like when I handed it to my student and said, play this, and he's a good player, I was like, holy crap, it sounds like huge. Like, and it sounds huge when I'm playing it, but it's this weird thing where it's like brighter and bigger out in front of it from my experience.
So we got this question. Thanks, Fred. We got this question. Philip, did Fred play the 618 before and after V-Class bracing? So Fred, you and I talked about this a little bit, where Andy Powers, our master designer, did this wild thing where some people would say he moved a couple of sticks around and called it innovation. We say other things. This V-Class bracing. So we went away from an X brace and we put a V brace in there, right? What that does is it balances the flexibility of the guitar. So flexibility, volume, right?
Yes.
And then rigidity or stiffness, giving you that long note, that sustain. So he was trying to balance the sustain and the volume, right? So Philip, no, Fred has not played an X brace Geo or 618. No. So when I knew you played, I believe you have a Gibson jumbo, right?
Yeah.
And I saw that.
And I used to have Takaminis back in the day.
Yeah. And so I believe that's what I saw. I saw that you had a maple guitar and in videos, and I'm like, this is the one you need. And it was just that comparison. And I hope that I've done well.
Oh, you have, and thank you. That, believe me, I count my luck on that day that you hit me up, because we didn't know each other, but you, like you said, we had acquaintances, and I was like, this is one of the better days of my life. So, it does compare in size to the Gibson, but it plays. It's easier to play, and it just feels real nice.
That's fantastic. That's kind of what we pride ourselves on. So that's exciting. All right, Andy, I think it is that time that you play a face-off song. Is it for face-off? Showdown? What are the lyrics? Showdown? Face-off.
I'm going to play a shape song, Jay.
Shapes.
Ooh.
I'm going to play a shape song.
Okay, go ahead.
If we have time, we'll play the other one too, but we'll see.
Okay.
Sometimes you wonder just what it takes. These are the numbers inside the shape. 25 1/2 from saddle to nut. 16 3/4 across the bottom bout. 5 inches deep from sound hole to back. Most important of all is the sound that she makes. Those were some numbers that make the geo shape.
You did it. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
I love it so much. That song is so good. Okay, so this is pretty simple. The funny part is we only have 2 GOs left in the We only have 2 GOs left in the line. We have the 618 and the 818. So this is showdown. Face off is going to be pretty quick. Hey, Bandrew is in the feed. Look at this. Come for the guitar, stay for Andy's songs. Bandrew was on the show. I owe you a text message. I'll hit you up after the show. Okay. Mom. Hi, Mom. I hope you're enjoying the show. Here we go. We're going to get to this, how this works. Fred, it's really simple. We're going to play some video clips, and then we're going to talk about what they heard, and then we're kind of going to give our 2 cents. It's really easy. Follow this. Gabriel, we're going to start with the 818E. Oh, I wrote that wrong on the show here. It's a spruce top, solid East Indian rosewood back and sides. Okay, so this is in our 800 series, which is spruce and rosewood, a Geo at 818E. It's going to be just a little strumming playthrough, and then we'll talk about it when we're done. Gabriel, roll the clip. Oh, 818E. Lindsay Love, how did you feel about that guitar?
I really, really liked it. I think we keep saying the same thing about rosewood guitars, but I think this guitar demonstrated it very well. The scoop mids, the low end was so present. It was so strong, was so it resonated so well. And then the clarity in the top end was just nice. It was like a nice little shimmer. The brilliant side was just really nice. But the scoop mids, you really heard that in that guitar.
Totally.
Yeah, definitely listen with headphones. You hear the beefiness, the low end. It's just strong. It's a lot of bass, and the trebles were balanced exactly. And it was the perfect guitar to demonstrate the scoop mids.
Tobias, I could feel that through my iPad. Yes. Andy Lund, how did you feel about that guitar?
The first thing I thought was, dang, that thing is really in tune. That was the first thing I thought.
The in-tuneness.
The intonation.
The intonation was so nice.
Yeah. I liked he's playing pretty light, but there was still a really healthy amount of bottom end that was supporting the whole thing. And like Lindsay said, it's that scoop mid range. I was ready for a melody to come in there because the whole foundation sounded so nice to me.
Yeah, I love it. Fred, that's the first time you were hearing that guitar. 818.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about it?
Of course I don't have the headphones in, but it was sounding like me playing. I was like, I'm feeling this. So is it a little darker than the 618? Yeah, I like that. That's what I was getting out of it. And I wanted to be the one playing it.
Ooh. Note to self, Christmas list.
Well, not saying,
Play 818. Okay. First off, for me, I felt I can listen to Daniel play all the time.
Yeah.
And Lindsay and I have gotten to spend a lot of time with him in the studio. He's such a ripping player, and just you can put in it. You put a guitar in his lap, and we say these words. This is the directive: play something, and he plays what he feels, and that's what he played, and it was magical. I like that guitar a lot. I really felt the bottom end a lot, like everybody did. Why don't I own one yet? That is a good question. Why don't I own one yet? That's also a good question. Okay, so we're going to go right into the 618. Wow, that one is fresh in our ears. So Gabriel, if you want to roll the clip on the 618, go ahead. Okay, let's go. We'll start with Andy Lund this time. Andy, how did you feel about that guitar?
I liked it. I think I like if I'm going to vote, I like the other one better for that little progression.
You can't vote yet.
I can't vote yet? Okay,
fine. You can vote. For strumming, you like the other one?
I think so. I don't know. Something about it just kind of for that particular little chord progression that he played. That little ditty. I noticed that it was a little bit airier sounding to me, a little more open sounding than the Rosewood guitar. But they both, man, that was a tough one. That wasn't there. I thought there'd be more difference, to be honest with you.
This is the problem.
Yeah, this
is why the showdown on. Right, I know, but the deal is you got to go pick one up and play it yourself and do this yourself. Okay, Fred, how did you feel? That's the guitar you own. That's the one you
so
play.
that was a bit more lively to me, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's what I hear when I'm in front of it that I don't necessarily notice when I'm behind it. When I'm in front, I'm like, oh, like that has some highs there, and I like that. So I feel good about I feel a little bit better that I own one now. So
okay. There you go. All right.
That's good.
Loved
Lindsay.
It, but now I'm like, okay.
Lindsay, go for it.
Yeah. I definitely heard, less low end, right? So it's a little bit, some people would say brighter, not as dark, but it's really just like a little, you hear the crispiness of it, the clarity of it. It sounded really, I liked that one better, actually. It sounded, I know we're not voting yet, but it sounded really good, really focused, and vibrant. It still was strong, but like there was like a heightened clarity and a heightened, like, there was just a little bit more high-end definition, which I liked. Whereas the 816, like in a good way, was like a punch in the gut. Like it comes in and it's just like poof, the low end hits you. So
I think the attack was a little bit more pronounced in the guitar. And when the first half that he kind of played two different things. The first half, he
kind of muted it. He was palm muting
something that was articulating something that was really popping. And then when he kind of dug in and played the second half of the demo, that went away. But I didn't hear that on the first.
Yeah, he was like doing a mute with his hand, like a little chugging it a little bit, and it sounded, even with the chug, there was a nice clarity. Okay.
I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm not going to speak my answers. I'm going to let the audience answer for me because they're already saying all the things I want to say. And that is 618E brings out the best in maple.
That's
Zing. I love that
Yeah.
guitar a
Yeah.
lot.
yeah.
This one's good. 618 is the bomb. All the bass plus the clarity, punch of maple, just a sweet guitar. And I'll take the 618. Carl, so will I. I like it for strumming. I think it's a great guitar. And Fred, looking at your playing style when we were early talking and building this relationship, that's what I saw. That is the reason why I said I got the guitar for you, so I'm going to send it.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew you were you sold me on it for sure. and you said if you don't love it, trade it out. And I was like, no, I'm never letting go of this thing. It's amazing. So
that's awesome.
I've really it's been a while now, and I can't live without it. So
there you go. Okay. So now we're going to do fingerstyle. We're going to do a straight fingerstyle playthrough. The way that this one works, if you've seen these shows prior, is there's no break. It's going to go from 818 fingerstyle lick right into 618, so we can really hear that difference. So if you have headphones, put them on. All right, here we go. Gabriel, roll the clip, please. Oh, well, that's wild. Okay. Okay. Let's go, Lindsay. How did you feel about that one? Wow.
It's not surprising or surprising. They did the exact same thing that they did with strumming. You heard the low end. It was like a really nice punch or hug with the rosewood combination, and then the maple kind of was a little more crispy, a little bit more articulate. The attack, like it was just a little bit. I actually liked for finger picking. I really liked the 800, like that rosewood.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my gosh, flat pickers must love that guitar. Like bluegrass players, there's just so much. Oh my gosh.
I think it does well in Nashville.
I don't spend enough time with that guitar. I'm liking these showdowns because it's kind of reminding me to look at some other stuff in our line.
I mean, it's a big guitar.
Yeah. It won't be for me, but I can still jam on it. I can still jam on it for a little bit.
Mr. Lund, what was your opinion on that little ditty?
I noticed that the lower notes that he was playing just seemed to be really more focused on the maple guitar. Like there was less overtone content. It was like really like, bam, here's the bass note. It was almost like you could see it, as opposed to listening to it. Like the individual notes were like while I was listening and watching, it was like I could almost see the frequencies. And I think that comes back to being the articulate thing that maple is known for. Yeah, I liked it. All
right,
dig it,
Fred. Which one for you for fingerstyle now? Which one won?
I like everything. I play some sad music, so I feel like the darker will come in handy for some E minor finger picking. But I am still used to the 618, so it's all great to me. I know it's a lame answer, but I was just sitting here smiling.
So he's the Switzerland of
Wow.
guitars. I get it. It's hard. That one's hard.
I know what you mean.
But you know what, Lindsay? I might back you on this one. I think that maybe I should give the 818 a little bit more of a chance for that finger style. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just love that. This one's really hard because they're both
Mhm.
really rad guitars.
Andy said, but just to piggyback back and echo off of Andy, like the 818, the overtones, like the ringing out, or to use probably a Jim word, what would Jim say to
Buttery
to
hand
define
feel.
well, what would Jim say? What word would he use to describe like the ringing out?
Lush.
Bloom.
Blossoming bloom.
Bloom.
Yeah, that, like, you could really hear the overtones. Like there was, whereas like with the maple, like maple does, it's very, like, each note gets the respect, so there's not a lot of overtone. But with the 818, the notes really blossomed. It was just, it was really nice.
Yeah. Rockwell, soon to be a guest on the show, has a point. It would seem the 618 would fit better with a full band.
Yep.
I agree. 100%.
I was just thinking that, when it comes time to vote, I'm not going to change what I thought before we started this, because I'm gonna stick with my experience, which is sitting behind it, playing it, which I think is the most important thing. Because if you don't get that vibe, it doesn't matter how good somebody's demo is, right? But it would be cool at some point, Jay, to have like a little, let's hear these guitars with a drummer and a bass player.
That'd be so strange. That
Like
never happens.
A little,
as an acoustic guitar manufacturer, that no one plays with any other instruments.
That would be groundbreaking for Primetime, Jay.
That would be groundbreaking for Primetime. I think it's an absolutely fantastic idea. Sounds like an idea that Lindsay had.
Even with a bass, even with just one instrument or something like that, or a piano.
Yeah, put it together and like see how these instruments ring out. That would be fantastic. Okay,
sounds like something we're cooking. Sounds like something we're
cooking.
Yeah.
Oh, we should one of these days we should tell him about all the cool guitars Andy's. Never mind. Okay,
No.
we're not allowed to talk about that yet. Okay. Anyway, all right. So we're gonna go around one more time, all in. All right, we're going to start with Fred, then go to Lindsay, then go to Andy, and then I'll finish. And that is overall winner for the night. Overall winner for the night, 618, 818. Fred, go.
I got to go with my boy, 618.
You got it. Lindsay.
The 618.
Whoo. Andy.
618.
Jay. 618.
Wow.
It's unanimous.
Wow.
That is unanimous. I don't think that's ever happened before because we've only had like 4 other showdowns on this show. Oh, wow. Everybody in the feed, tell us what you think. Ooh, Carl says 618 hands down. Both are great. True. But you got to have a winner, no? Tex. There's Tex. Here's it.
I feel like
That's so good. What do you feel?
I feel like I saw a ton of 618. Oh, there's one. There's one 818. I hadn't seen
John.
But John came with the 818.
We got to give the 818 some love. It's just something.
Respect.
It's something about that 618 that is just magic. Wait a second. Dr. Pepper is in the feed?
What?
What? Okay. Dr. Pepper's in the feed. All right. That's rad. Okay. Here's the deal. If you guys got any questions for Fred, or if you got any questions for us, we're going to roll into some Q&A real quick, and then we're going to wrap up this show because you know what really needs to happen? There's a basketball game that some of us have to go watch, and Fred has to give more lessons.
I do.
Right.
Does anybody have any questions for Fred? Because if not, I know there's some questions in there. Hit us with your questions. That's cool. I think we should. I love the idea of doing it, having these guitars played with other instruments. Big body maple guitars are special. That is true. We got an 818 here. See,
oh, there you go. Love the bloom.
What's up, Fred? Says Jeff.
Yo, Jeff.
What's up, Jeff?
Jeff works at a guitar shop out in Detroit. He's somebody I talk to online.
Really? That's
Yeah,
great.
real nice custom guitar shop. Of course, tell us the name, Jeff. I can't remember it. Anyway,
Taylor. Carl has a. Oh,
Thick,
we got a question.
medium.
Pick and brand. What do you use, Fred?
I use on the thick side. I usually use the green Tortexes. These guys, but I've been known to use a blue on, which is even thicker on acoustic sometimes. I like to really slam the guitars as much. I like to be able to say when I'm ending a song or I'm coming in hard. That's why I like the bigger guitars, because they can take the bang. So yeah, anything thick. Thin, I can't get the dynamic going.
Love it. Any more? Fred, what kind of strings do you use on your 618?
Oh, I kind of flip flop quite a bit. I'm sorry. I'm always between, like, I'll be out on tour and just grab some and try different ones. I'm sorry. I'm so lame. It's so not a nerd answer, but
it's not a nerd answer, but it's something that a lot of us do.
Yeah.
All right. Any more questions? We got some questions. Would the 618 sound good with open D tuning? Ooh. Anyone? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna
Absolutely.
play a song in open G initially. So I like all the open tunings on this thing.
How about another song, Fred?
Do we have time?
We have time. Only if you have time. We have time. You got time?
I'm good, man. I'm still. I told him I got very patient students. So.
All right. If that's the deal, wait. How does one become one of his students? That is a great question. How does one become a student?
Just hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram is The Color Fred, and just direct message me, and I'll see it. I check that thing all the time. And if you don't have Instagram, yeah, find me on Facebook. But Instagram is more. There's only one of me on there. There's some fakers on the Facebook. So. I was going to actually play a Taking Back Sunday song. I'll play a short version, and it's in open G. And it's a song I wrote like a couple years before I actually joined their band. It's called New American Classic. Oh. And Adam wrote the first verse, and I had the rest before I joined the band. And so sometimes I started with a little Led Zeppelin because it open G. Why, Like, I don't know how I'm gonna tell you. I can't play with you no more. I don't know how I'm gonna do what mother told me. My friend, the boy next door. This is the TBS part. It's got to get better said. It's all in your head. We could live through these letters or forget it altogether. See, the months, it don't matter. It's the days I can't take when the hours move to minutes and and I'm seconds away. Just ask the question, come untie the knot. Say you won't care, say you won't care. Retrace the steps as if we forgot. Say you won't care, say you won't care. We'll try to avoid it, but there's not a doubt. And there's one thing that I could do nothing. There's one thing that I could do nothing. There's one thing that I could do nothing about.
So good.
Thank you.
Fred, you're awesome. That was fantastic. You know what? We got a couple more
Wow,
questions.
oh.
We got a couple more questions that came in that were great. So I want to get to them real quick, and then we'll move on to another segment we call Lindsay's question, and then 2 minutes of sports.
Okay.
Bandrew has a question. When songwriting, do you write the song, then quickly demo it out, or do you jam a while consistently recording so you don't miss any ideas?
I should do the second way because I tend to miss ideas, but I usually just keep playing and playing and playing, and then I grab my phone and do a quick phone recording once I think I have it going on. And sometimes if I'll put down the guitar part and sing over it and see if the two things work together. But I usually write the singing and the music at the same time when possible, because I don't know. Otherwise, I'm going, well, we'll see how the singing turns out. But I'd rather just kind of make decisions on the spot and when I'm in the emotion of it and the heat of it, and sort of commit. So that's how. And then of course, if it's not good enough, I keep working on it. But I like to write both at the same time and then just do a phone recording, and then I'll demo it later when I turn on my computer. So.
Love it. Fred, what is the most important piece of advice you would give a longtime guitar player who always struggled with learning new techniques?
Well, you probably, like a lot of people, try to play too fast, too quickly. And I always say to play really slow and steady and solid, because if you play fast and sloppy, you can't really clean it up. I always talk about that movie Mad Max, when they're like repairing the vehicle as it's speeding across the desert. Like you're like playing real fast and like, oh yeah, I gotta clean that part up. Like you gotta just slow down your brain into slow motion and just do it really solid. And then if you get it solid, it's easier to speed it up as you go than to fix it while it's fast. So
that's good advice. Fred, how do you find time to play shows, record, and teach?
Time is like my scarcest thing, that possession. And so I basically teach, like today I taught from 12:30 in the afternoon and I'll end around midnight, so like 11-12 hours today. And then Thursday and Friday and Saturday I don't teach. I just like record those days and like have my band practice. So, and I kept those days open in case I ever had a show. But then I actually start teaching Sunday mornings, so I kind of punish myself if I have a late Saturday night. Sunday's rough, but that's how I do it. And then I just sleep Sunday night.
Jeez. You got any more questions, Gabriel? I saw a good one from JD. Yeah. When writing, melody first, lyrics second? ?
Yeah. But like, I kind of do the thing where you do the melody and you like are singing like nonsense words, but then you're like, oh, that makes me think of something. And then I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like, I'll be like, oh, the fish is in the bank. And then I'm like, oh, well, that kind of sounds like this. And then I just kind of keep circling until finally, I don't know, like I learned, like I liked Sting when I was a kid, like the Police and the Sting and there. And so it was like, he said if he had just had one sentence that he could base the song off of, you can write the rest around it. So it really just takes that one thought, like I'm gonna write a song about this, and then I'm like, yeah, and then I can look at it from all these angles, and that's how I do lyrics. But yeah, melody first.
That's magical.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do a minor chord on the open tuning?
Well, I actually have a few songs where I tune, like right now it's like G for the open A's a G, and this is a B. But I don't know if you ever tried to tune it to a B flat. Now I got a minor chord. So that's a G minor. So that's how I do it.
That's fantastic. All right. Right before we're going to move into Lindsay's question, but this comment's really great. And I just want to put it up here because this is true. Music is a thing. Music heals. Music gets us through tough times. It gets us through happy times. It gets us through pandemics, all sorts of stuff. But this comment was so good. I want to bring it up. Taking Back Sunday was one of my all-time favorites in high school. Where You Want to Be is my favorite. TBS got me through a lot. Great memories, some live shows. Thank you, Fred.
Thank you so much. That you have no idea what that means to me at my age and my point of life, and just to still hear about a record I made like 18 years ago. And if you want to see, right here on the wall, I have the gold record for that album. For I don't know if you can see it well, but that's Where You Want to Be right there. So those were some great times, and thanks for being a part of it. That's makes my life have meaning. So thank you.
And it's great for me as a friend and a fan to hear you're talking to my old buddy Adam for so long on the phone. He and I do the same thing. They were just recently in San Diego and we did some recordings with him. So we're really excited about that and everything that you've meant to music and coming on the show tonight. We have 2 more segments, 3 more little segments real quick. This next one's pretty wild. It's called Lindsay's question. Before we start, Andy has a tune.
Lindsay, what's in your head today?
Oh. What?
Lindsay,
yes.
What's Fred gonna say?
Wow.
I love how abrupt these endings are right now. This is so good.
Oh, imagine this. We started without these songs. This show would not be as great as it. It's
the
great.
Songs. Take it up a notch.
It's a tremendous show. Okay.
All right.
Lindsay.
I have a question for you, Fred. Would you choose to live for if you had a choice, choose to live for another 100 years or start all over from the beginning of your life?
I would choose to live another 100 years, actually. As long as assuming my health would be reasonable for the first 80 of those 100.
Yeah.
So because I enjoy living, and I kind of like try to live with no regrets, and try to live in the moment, and I hope I do live a long time, actually. So, and I think there's a lot of things that have happened that I love. You know, I have great kids, for example, so I would want to stay here and see it through.
That's a really good question, Lindsay.
It is. Yeah, I never heard that. That's awesome.
Okay.
We do Lindsay's question at the dinner table on Wednesdays, so I'm gonna ask that one tomorrow. We don't, but I just made that up.
Now
and
you're
I'm gonna
just
make it happen.
it's a new tradition.
It's a new tradition. I love it. All right. We got this real quick. This is real quick. I'm gonna play the clip, Andy, and then we got a song. Ready? This is my favorite part of the show. Ha
2 minutes of sports. Here we go again. Baseball, volleyball, football, handball, basketball, pinball, fastball, mothball, fastball, lost ball, free ball, snowball, golf ball, low ball, high ball, oddball. 2 minutes of sports.
That's it. We don't even need 2 minutes of sports anymore. Andy's 2 minutes of sports songs are the best. Yes, Paul Tobias, the Tigers did sign Javi Baez. I'm really excited about that. You're a Phillies fan, Fred?
Yeah, but I'm a little bit of a poser because I haven't paid attention in any time recently. So
I totally appreciate that. Have you ever played like the national anthem or anything for the Phillies?
No. I was actually a big swimmer. That was my big sport.
What?
Yeah, I trained. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Foxcatcher about the DuPont guy who had an Olympic.
Yes.
I trained at that Olympic at his house, really on his estate, for like swimming in the Olympics. And I knew him like not real well. My mom was like, kind of stay away from that guy. He might be crazy. And he killed someone. And so, but we used to drive out there. And that was my big sport until I got really into guitar and I let my Olympic dreams go. So
wow, that is crazy. The DuPont movie, wasn't that with or Fox? Wasn't that with Steve Carell?
Yes.
Oh, what a brilliant movie, and what a scary dude.
I know. Yeah, no, he walked around the pool as we swam laps, and you know, I was like 12 years old, 13, something like that. So it was crazy that I have the Foxcatcher shirt that, like, when they pulled him off in the paddy wagon he was wearing. I'm like, I own that. I still have it just for history's sake. So
holy smokes.
Yeah,
my mind was blown. And 2 minutes of sports. All right, so we're done. That was fantastic. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It's time for trivia. We're going to do this really quick. You know how this works. If you get the answer correct, the first one to post the answer in the feed and we see it, Gabriel is going to post that on here. He's going to pop that up on the screen, and you know the deal. You send us an email at primetime@taylorguitars.com, and we'll get stuff shipped to you. Understand shipping is in the fourth quarter right now. We're around, so if there's some delays, you'll get your prize. Don't worry about it. We got you. Okay. Oh, the rules are, Paul, you can't be ready. You can't be ready, Paul, because the rules are Paul Tobias and Gabriel O'Brien are not allowed to answer the questions. Okay. Gabriel, are you ready to throw us a riff? Just kidding. Will you throw us the trivia question for today? The Geo was released in 2013. What were the first three models we released when the Geo was debuted? Oh. What were the first three models?
Days, it don't matter how much useless stuff you know. Here on the prime time.
Wow.
Yeah, part of the show is trivia.
What?
Put your knowledge on the line. Trivia.
All right.
Before the song was over.
And it's Evan.
Who leaked the answers?
And Evan, I have a new. Okay. Next week, Evan, you're writing the trivia question. How's that?
Ooh,
He's like
I
a
like that.
slam dunk winner all the time.
Yeah, him and there's a couple other.
Eric's
Yeah.
great.
They
Okay,
need to
so
write the email us trivia questions.
Email
you
us
can't
the trivia
answer.
questions, Evan.
Mhm.
You are now officially part of this show. You have to be.
Mhm,
Yes,
mhm.
this is the answer. 518, 618, 918, all first editions. Yes. Wow.
So good.
Dang.
Somebody said Evan's answer was on the feed before the question finished.
For sure. He knew. Anyway,
Oh,
all right. That was fantastic. Fred, thank you so much for joining the show tonight. It's been a blast. You're awesome. We do,
Yes.
again, we're grateful what you have given music all these years. Again, go Phillies. Sorry about the Sixers. They're not going to do that well this year. And
Yeah.
it's interesting, your story that you told. Bandrew wrote best 2 minutes of sports ever.
I
Aw,
agree.
thanks,
I agree.
Andrew.
That was fascinating.
I would, yeah. Anyway, fellow podcaster, Bandrew Scott. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Fred. Thank you,
Yeah.
everybody, for joining. We'll be back next week. I don't even know what the show is going to be next week. We should just make something up.
Right.
Pinching myself. Thank you. No, Evan, you have to help write these trivia questions because you know the answers. You're like you know, this is why. Oh, he's kind of like Paul Tobias and Gabriel O'Brien. They know everything about Taylor.
Him, Eric, and who's Samba? I always forget. Samba's 76.
Samba 76.
What's the name?
Yeah.
But those three right there, they might have to be Paul Tobias and start helping, and Gabriel start helping us write questions for sure.
Oh man. Anyway, thanks, Fred. You're the best.
Thanks, guys.
You got to go.
Thank you. Don't
You
be a
got to go.
stranger.
Okay. You got to go teach. All right,
Yeah.
guys. Andy, take it away.
What was it? What was it? It was prime time. It was prime time. What the heck was it? It was another prime time. Well, Fred, he plays the Geo, and he loves the way it feels. He digs the big guitar size because he digs to dig in. He says to learn to play so slowly, to play faster later on. Yeah, and time is the scarcest possession. He likes to sleep on Sundays. Thanks, Fred, for coming on prime time on Tuesday. Thanks, everybody.
It's an honor to have a song written about myself.
I couldn't work in the word swimming very well.
All right. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy.